Yeah,
So,
that's what they said before.
so we have to go convince Great Hammer to be on our side, which will probably put us into confrontation with the Fire Oni, who we want to kill anyways.
We
Uh,
might not have the strongest negotiating position.
yes.
Where is the fire oni?
It's if you go to Krag Interior,
The interior?
we're guessing that Great Hammer Hall is where we need to go, and I'm not zoomed in so far I can see all the tokens. I'm just like staying really far out.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing I'm guessing
14 is the Great Hammer Bastion.
there. Yeah. So we need to go into the place, which veil spells and like we can get there. We can get there. Talking to the emissary, I don't know if we should just go and fuck things up and then talk to the emissary. Because the emissary doesn't like what's happening anyways. Oh, we didn't piss off the emissary because we never talked to him.
Plausible deniability.
exactly. If we go and meet
Captain, I got
him,
an idea.
if we go and meet him right away, then he'll like start to make us do his bidding, and it'll be stupid.
Cap, I got an idea.
Oh yes, go ahead.
Things are pretty tight, right?
Don't hold back.
Well, why don't we just veil ourselves as a whole bunch of goblins?
No, dwarves.
No, goblins.
Okay,
and then
continue.
attack the dwarves. Get in some kind of scuffle and kill a few of them. I can also do a giant veil, use a bunch of goblins. We don't have to kill them, maybe.
I don't know if I like this plan, sir.
We don't even have to kill them. We just injure them.
Sleeping's already hard.
All I'm saying is we can get them a little bit shifted on our side and then go have a talk. We can do that.
Yes, if there was violence between the goblins and the dwarves, then the dwarves would clearly come to our side.
Captain,
Yes.
actually, give me a day or two. I can convince the goblins that the dwarves are going to attack him, and I can convince the dwarves that the goblins are going to attack him.
And the whole place erupts like a powder keg.
No, I'm just giving you the options.
I think we should check in with the general to see what she wants us to do. Not pissing off the emissary is a lot of rope.
Well, I say,
How
no.
are we supposed to know that?
All the better to hang ourselves with.
But we do know that the Imperium effectively wants Fort Krag to start acting like it's in the war, right? Like
Fort Krag. So they want Fort Krag to bring out their heavily armed dwarves, their dwarf gunners, their cannoneers, their heavy infantry. They also want the access to the gemstones because they're real useful for spellcasters.
Yep.
All right, how about this, Captain?
I mean, an army
about-
outside, we should be able to. By now, we must have enough spell power
Are they
to.
really?
Captain, we can deal with that army outside. That's not a problem,
Well,
to be honest with you.
At what
Just take
range
some
can
time.
you? At what range can you fire your arrows, Capra?
Like to hit those guys?
Yes.
Like really, really, really far away.
Right. So if you were high up in the air,
Yeah, just drop arrows on them.
Mhm.
I'll run out of I'll run out of spells, or my finger will slip. One of the two.
oh, that's right. It slipped, did it?
I'm sorry, you just magnetic personality. And it just,
Mm.
I didn't mean to. I really didn't mean to.
They don't have any spellcasters in that group. We can just tear
I
them
got an
apart.
idea. I could possess one of their leaders, make him give all sorts of commands.
Captain,
Your possession didn't quite work in the last battle. I don't think it's as strong as you think it is. Plus, do you even speak Dwarven, Los? Nope, not a word. Imperial Common,
Doesn't
Old
look like
Volcane, Nazumi, Sylvan, Draconic, Goblin, Infernal.
We can also, we can also,
They won't notice a thing.
we can also spread a rumor that the Iron Lord is going to be forcing his way into the fort
Yes, that the
without letting the goblins in on it. And let also a rumor that the only way out of it is to align with the, well, Empire, right?
the time is nigh to sacrifice the dwarves to the Iron Lord.
There's ample time to sacrifice the dwarves to the Iron Lord. We don't want to do that.
No, the rumor.
Oh! Yeah, that'd be a good rumor.
And the rumor is the army outside is to make sure that the dwarves don't leave
That they don't escape.
before he gets there.
That they don't escape.
Exactly. They set up a real nice front looking like they're protecting the place, when in reality... What say you?
Well, we could also break their deal by... Oh, that's such a horrible thing. He glances at Mort. Chagga's thinking... You don't know what Chagga's thinking. He's going to ring a mind shield. Never mind. What Chagga's thinking is we could plant some of the disease...
pretty gross. Of all the things, that's pretty up there on the gross scale.
We plant the disease amongst the goblin kind because they're getting ready to infect everyone here.
Which disease do you want to give the goblins? Or just disease?
Oh, that... it's so... Chagga like...
Deity's gonna shoot you.
Yeah, Chagga dismisses the let's use plague. He's looking at Mort and then he just shakes away the thought. No, that's not Chagga. Chagga's not gonna...
Stupid.
Sod also...
Chagga
Sod
doesn't
takes the
poison
form-
wells.
Sod takes the form of a fire giant. I can also do this. I can
Hey, look
do
at
a
that.
lot of damage from the other side.
Oh, yes. It's a little
Hey,
crab.
he's hot and
I can do a
everything.
lot of damage from the other side.
Okay, Sulfur walks over to you and is like, he wants to touch you.
Yeah, I think I missed
I
some
think you
heat or
made a
something
friend there,
else.
Dassod. Firebirds.
Right on.
No, sulfur birds for you.
Oh,
Oh, you look at that.
You got a buddy.
You got a buddy.
Yes, we've got many tricks to at least get our way there. We have to convince them.
Well, if I was a dwarf in that area,
Well,
what's the history between them and the humans?
there's a little bit of truth in every lie. What we could do is we could sneak some of that horrible metal into the possession of one of the goblinoid commanders and then have it as a big reveal.
As what?
As they're getting ready to make people sick. Mort can gather the stuff without harming himself, so he can carry some of it.
Why, I just don't know if I have it in me to collect such despicable things without it being an order, sir.
Like, I mean,
He pulls out like a little piece for a second. He's like, oh, his paw. No.
I have a lead-lined pocket.
like we could place it around like Great Hammer, like the first treachery was they were going to make Great Hammer sick, and that could be the lie, and then he'll go and yell at whoever it is and search their quarters and find the disease stuff. Okay,
That's
I'm pretty
doable.
sure that our lies and a little bit of evidence would cause chaos. Now what?
Wait a minute. Dassod shrinks back to Kev. The guy with the thing in his head. Remember I told you the key was?
Yes,
Where was that?
I think it was
Like
down.
within the fort. Within the fort where?
He said it was down somewhere, so we'd have to make contact with the sergeant again.
Okay, just for if you go to map Krag Furnace, you saw a space like this.
That's not a map. I can see.
It is 3 down from where we are.
Oh, yeah, the Krag furnace. Okay.
Yep.
See this like
No, it's loading. Give me a second.
It's loading. I see a corner, that's it.
Yep.
Yep. You got to see a 10 by 10 foot space.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Actually, I think I'm being a little. I'm a little chintzy.
It's fine.
And this was all like lava,
Yeah.
and he was just a standing statue. Oh no, sorry, he was
No,
had a
you know,
tentacle.
you're standing there. You're like, I can go drop his token there.
Yeah, and the tentacle was going in which direction? Not in the lava, or
It was not going in the lava.
okay.
It was going out the here. Let me see. It was the tentacle was going this way.
All right. Well, yes.
All right.
The goal is for us to unleash whatever shackles on their leadership have been placed to not piss off the emissary. Sounds like the emissary wants Krag to be on the Imperium side and not a neutral party. One can assume the emissary wants what the general wants. We want to find the key. We want to kill the Oni. And then it sounds like we need to do away with whatever this spell casting ghost Medusa thing is with her tentacle friend. And then don't forget there is some powerful spellcaster that we expect to find in Fort Krag. I imagine we're going to get into a lot of trouble.
It wouldn't be an adventure without it, sir.
Yes, but we're supposed to try to win a war.
By getting into trouble until the trouble gives up. It's the Fey way, sir.
So, yes, we take out the Oni, rescue the Great Hammer, or do we just let the whole thing erupt?
Well, Captain, how hard is it for us to take those guys out?
Who?
The army outside.
It would be obvious, and it would likely attract the attention of the Oni after a certain number of moments, which then would also attract the attention of the dwarves, so it's not something I want to...
Why don't we let it erupt and then go in for the rescue?
Mm-hmm.
It's the easiest way.
I
We give out rumors, one shot, one arrow, spark the whole thing up.
If the goal is to have Fort Krag and the 20,000 dwarves that live here to realize their commitments to the Imperium, I don't see Great Hammer surviving to live up to that.
Or maybe he does. And he's very Dassod-like in his decisions.
Yes. I'm thinking we should speak to some of his rivals to see if any of them are competent enough to assume the seat of the Great Hammer. And if they are, we might have an ally going forward.
All right.
The dwarves stabbing each other in the back likely has happened in the history of Fort Krag. It makes the Foreign Legion not, well, how should we say, complicit with a regime change.
Yeah,
Colonel,
well,
the infighting thing.
Yes.
Shit disturbing, sir.
Well, yes. And once we have allies, then perhaps there we have a final move after we've created enough chaos. I would like to make contact with this rival clan.
Okay.
Do you know who it is?
We start to spread the rumors, we plant some evidence, and we are on hand to kill the Oni.
There's two rival clans that were mentioned in the description. One was
Yep.
Basala, and the other one was the Grey.
Do we know anything about these clans?
What was described to you was that the Basala were the like most of the power struggles in this place were basically back and forth between Great Hammer and Basala. You do know that the Grey are a little bit off to the side as like the Grey use funny magic would be the way it's described. They're the type of people who might think you to death.
Chagga being a psychic bloodline sorcerer is interested.
Additionally, the Grey mostly work on like punishment and keeping order.
Perfect. I very much want to meet the Grey. They are in charge of some prison?
Yes, they're in charge of something called Igneous Prison,
One
which
thing
is
we could,
a spiral-shaped prison that goes under the earth, and at the center of it is a hole that just falls down into lava, where they can just put things they don't want.
Excellent.
what I was thinking, it'd be really easy to start it up with a couple of dwarven bullets and Duggan.
Well,
They find a bunch of their goblins with their heads split open.
we get Great Hammer and the Basalis to start up their shit again, and then the people we're really going to back are going to be the Greys.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. Whatever, Captain.
Whatever you say, sir.
Yeah, let's get the job done. I don't care who goes down or who
As
goes
long as I
up.
don't have to shoot a
Whatever.
bunch of dwarves, sir.
Oh, Dukes, you're good with shooting a bunch of goblins with dwarven bullets?
I fucking.
Oh, I don't give a fuck.
That's what I thought. My good old Duke. Best superintendent ever.
The people that are there are likely going to have a better idea of as to what to do next.
Let's get our butts down there.
Yes. Apparently we have lots of people to talk to and lots of places to poke our heads into. Perhaps we should send a reconnoiter group first. Myself, Dassod, whom else? Capra?
Whatever you need, sir.
We could bring Lloes.
I can recon.
That's
all
half
the
of us
dwarves.
already, Captain.
No, it's like it's like a third of our number. And Duggan.
Duggan,
That's right.
try not to start a war, Duggan.
Oh no.
Until the captain says start a war, then start a war.
Yes.
Don't have a premature war
Yeah.
aiming.
Now you gotta pay attention to something. If those goblins are gonna make their way towards the dwarves, they're gonna go through the human area first.
We're not starting the war yet. We're just going to go get the lay of the land a little bit.
Just saying, if you don't like
Okay,
the humans.
what's going to be the signal to start the war?
um,
Get him!
well, we've got Kev's Gambit, which is starting all the rumors.
Yeah. I'll give me about 2 days and I'll be good to go.
It's a city.
Everybody
We
be
might
talking
get
about it.
into a fight and nobody will notice. I'm sure that...
Oh, we can make them notice if we want them to notice.
Yes, but you get what
By
I mean.
sir, I mean fat man.
We need to find allies that are there, because I don't want to spend the rest of my career trying to control Fort Krag.
Yeah, we need somebody who's already got his roots there, right? sir?
Somebody competent enough that knows their home turf, so that they can just assume control. And it sounds like the people who run a prison are probably pretty good at assuming control of things.
Not very happy with those sort, but all right.
Yeah.
Not the best of experiences, if you know what I mean.
We go and meet them, and if they're complete assholes, we'll switch our plan.
All right.
But are they the
You
sort
Captain.
Are they the sort of assholes that we want?
Are they our kind of asshole?
That's right. You understand. All right, let's see if we can get to Fort Krag. I suppose we saw that spot where the corporal
Shit,
was.
not another fucking teleport.
Yes, another teleport, but
Just a fucking
remember
fucking-
there's no disease there, so hopefully...
Yeah, fair enough. All right. All right, let's try this.
So I'm on Fort Krag exterior, and we're going to try to teleport to where Sergeant Hammersmith was.
Okay, so Fort Krag exterior.
And by we, I mean Dassod,
Everybody.
Chagga,
So
Capra,
realistically,
Duggan.
he was in
Captain,
this building here.
Well, might as well bring everybody, Captain.
Actually, he is in this building. Yeah, he's in this building here.
Yes, we could slowly teleport everyone into there, but we're scryable in there, so...
Does this wait till the next day?
Yeah, oh yeah, it definitely waits till the next day.
Okay, give me Chagga's will save.
No! Even though we're in our...
Even though you're in your...
Is this a mind-affecting effect?
It is.
Okay. Because his bloodline gives him a +4 saving throws on mind-affecting effects. Is this a fear-based effect?
It is not a fear.
Okay. Chagga only has a +25.
That's
Oh.
pretty good.
We have to
44.
Okay, in your sleep, you had some unpleasant dreams, but they did not affect your self.
Oh no, someone's starting the nightmaring. Bastards.
Who had this?
Chagga wakes up.
There's something we have to do, Adam, that we forgot.
Well, additionally, I need some saves from Grackle.
Grackle. Yeah.
We've done 2 nights of sleeping.
All right. So he's gonna use his. What's it called?
Those poisons would have got like Dee had enough magic to just
Yeah.
wipe all those poisons away, so we can.
This is his. What's it called? Earth earworm. Sorry, earthworm. Earworm.
Your earworm Jim. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a. What is it? You need a will save.
Will save between the twos you use.
If I save, he doesn't have to do it, right?
It's the better of the two, as long as one of you
Okay.
saves,
All right.
because you're going down together.
+6.
You're 2 minds of 1 soul, aka 2 minds of 1 morality.
35.
Okay.
First night.
The first night, you're good. Second night,
32.
okay. You are still having bad dreams about the destruction of your peoples, but it doesn't affect your.
Captain, these dreams are
They're
very.
reoccurring.
This is not going away, and it's very, very difficult to deal with.
Okay.
If you have a chance to help me, that would be very appreciated. It will eat at me slowly. Is what I am saying.
Is there any mechanical effect yet from the dreams, or is he just...
There's no mechanical effect for the dreams, and it's not a magical effect that can be seen with the detect magic.
Okay. Chagga will look again. There's no magic in your ear.
Don't worry, Crackle. I have a hard time sleeping too sometimes. But then you just try really hard, and the next day you're more tired and it's easier.
That's I am honorable in my killings.
So am I. From a
course.
long way away.
Of course you are, Capra. Of course you are.
Up in the sky where they can't fight back.
I like your idea of bringing everyone there, but I don't think we're at that point yet. We want to go and talk to some key people. We don't want to raise any alarms on our first visit. Also,
All right, no problem, Captain.
also, I want to learn whether or not we can teleport there
Yeah.
before moving all of us. Because once we move all of us, we're going to be all hiding up in rope tricks until we've killed the scrying wizard.
Yeah, it's a problem.
Where am I? I'm in some sort of rope trick. Woody woodoo.
But Dassod, we can scry upon that artifact, that key.
We do have a piece of it.
We could try, yes, using a locate object. My locate object is miles in distance.
Who's got a nice big locate object?
Let's fucking try it, Captain. Let's get that. Let's get that
Well,
key.
yes,
You know what I mean?
let's visit the city, shall we? Oh yes,
I'm sure they have a good end.
I'm excited to get to a city. We've been there
I
for...
wonder if they have a rat problem.
Duggan, for this
I
first
wonder
trip,
if they have banks.
do keep your
Sorry.
eyes open for targets, but don't take anything yet. We don't want to alert ourselves. We're not a strike. We're not as striky as. We'll come back with Mort, and then you can steal a bunch of shit.
All right. Yeah.
Captain, you shouldn't make promises you can't keep.
Duggan, I'm sure, will find his fair share of war booty.
Any
while we're
any
there.
veil?
Oh yes, please, Vale.
As what? Humans?
If we're going to go and talk to dwarves, I think we should be dwarves.
Let's do that once we leave the area.
Oh, can I have a big beard?
Yeah, whatever you want, Captain. just give me a good idea beforehand.
Oh, with beard
You want to be
rings?
skinny?
No, just a big dwarf with beard rings.
Yeah, you got it.
Petey, we should get him a party beard for when is his birthday again?
Yeah.
When is on our retirement day? End of war day, victory day.
End of war day.
Retirement day? That's like years away.
Well, but if we know what day it's going to be, we can start celebrating it every year until we get there.
Maybe we'll have a party when we're halfway.
Okay.
If we're not all dead by then.
Oh, we won't all be dead. Just
Just
you know.
most of us or some of us, yeah. Sounds like fun.
I'm pretty sure I'll make it.
Yeah, but nobody died. Well, I mean, lots of people died, but none of us died.
Yeah, it's true.
I would surely die.
Yep.
That's a spirit crackle.
Los responds to that. Oh, I'm pretty sure you died that one time where all your bits fell off.
smacks the urn. Shut up.
Yeah,
Quiet.
we just killed thousands of our enemies, so don't worry about it.
It's funny.
What are our orders, Captain?
Well, I guess your orders are to scry upon us if we don't make contact within a day.
Okay. Do we have teleporters?
Good point.
Who's the backup?
Aronok can teleport.
Aeronok can teleport, as can Phoebe, as well as York. So we
One
have
moment.
some teleporters.
One moment, let me confirm. Aronok, will you aid us in this endeavor?
what is your goal? Like he knows what it is, but what do you, how are you interpreting your goal? He will help you bring these cowards to war. Like he is okay with bringing the dwarves to war.
These dwarves are not doing anything. We want to get them involved. We need to figure out where this monster in the deep is and take it
Aranok
out.
Refuses poisoning. Poisoning the soldiers is no good. Like the false flag attacks, which like mass damage type things, are no good. But bringing the dwarves to war is a noble and valiant goal. Like,
The Greco also mentions they want to find this creature that is tentacly and
no friend of
casts
mine.
magic to destroy it once and for all.
That which takes away another's will to fight is no friend of mine. And then he has bad memories.
Of a tentacle thing that tried to take away his
A
will.
tentacle thing who took away the will. Yeah, no, he's cool with killing that thing. He's cool with bringing the dwarves to war.
Excellent.
All right, who shall...
Confirmed, Captain. He have his word. Aranok will help us teleport.
Excellent. So we have orders, and let us go. I'm eager to go.
Yippity, let's do it.
Alright.
Let's look like a bunch of dwarves, and Duggan will look like...
Child.
Just
Baby.
give a little beard.
A little baby. Little dwarf baby with a beard.
Well, let's try looking like a little imp,
Yeah,
like a familiar.
like a little bat or a bird or something.
No, just a little imp familiar. A little tuxedo on. It'd be fun.
Alright, give him a tuxedo.
Alright, yeah, whatever.
Like a blue one with like the tie and the fruffly thing.
Well, you don't want to make any of it blue. Imps are red, don't they?
Here's the thing. You don't want to be too memorable.
All right, just an imp. Just an imp that looks like a wizard's familiar.
Like a little tie. Like just a tie. Give him a tie.
No tie.
Everybody shut up. I know what I'm doing. Beard, tie, imp, got it. Dwarfs, go.
Okay, and Capra's gonna
But-
look like a
but
like
I-
a really brawny human guard.
Captain, I
That'll
think
be good because I can't see in the dark.
I'll do the human, the little human town. Or do you want to go in with the as dwarves?
Oh no, we're gonna arrive as dwarves.
You guys, sir.
There's apparently thousands of the guys in there. It shouldn't be that weird.
Pacha.
Okay, Chagga's gonna put up telepathic bond before we go.
Okay, Veil is gonna last for a bunch of hours.
Yes. This adventure's gone very sideways if the veil runs out.
Hmm?
The adventure's gone very sideways if the veil runs out. It should be up for at least 13 hours.
At 12, I'm a 12th level caster.
Oh, unfortunate.
All right, you gonna move us to the Krag or what?
Sure. Sorry, I'm sitting
Yeah.
here.
Well, we're gonna teleport first.
Give me your
Oh,
percentile.
Is it just percentile?
It's just percentile.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, we can
protect-
teleport. We can. This place is boned. We can come back here. 53.
53. Yeah,
You teleported?
You arrive on target.
Yeah, Chagga did that one.
Right.
Yeah, they are. This place, as part of the agreement, is protected from the plague.
All right. Looks like we arrived right where expected to.
Is Hammersmith in the room or is he off doing
Hammersmith is in the room.
Hammersmith, you might not recognize us, but you know who we are. We talked 2 days ago. I'll fix this on.
We'll leave Duggan behind because. Yep. And then Lloes is in his
So
urn, and then we need a Duggan.
I'm not going to talk too much.
Yeah. All right. You shouldn't say anything.
Well, I'm just going to talk on purpose. Screw you guys.
Sergeant Hammersmith.
Yeah. He puts up his hand with the symbol, like glows.
Does Chagga speak Dwarven? Hey, we don't speak Dwarven. Hey! Hey, look at us.
The sun looks at you. Looks at you. You gotta be freaking kidding me. You know what I mean?
Capra goes, I don't speak it either.
All right.
I'm gonna look like a tourist, okay?
Tongues is a cleric spell, right?
Tongues, I believe, is a cleric spell. It's like a cleric 3 or bard 3, cleric 4. Bard 2, cleric 3.
It's fourth. Ugh.
Rock Horde, which is
It
the
is a bard 2, cleric 4.
All right, Chagga will prepare 1 tongues.
Dassod just rubs his eyes.
Capra's like, oh, you want to speak the language? There's spells for that. Capra's got tongues as a bard spell.
Oh, fourth's so expensive. Give me a second. I gotta check.
For a bard, it's second, so he's got 6 of them per day.
Yep. Yeah. Lloes has dimensional anchor, so Chagga's not going to prepare the dimensional anchor, which means you'll prepare 1 tungus.
Okay.
And then we're relying Capra for that.
Okay.
The sergeant doesn't. He obviously speaks Imperial, so we're fine.
Yeah, no, yes, these people speak Imperial. Like, you're going to need it. The humans. So, as you arrive, you see this. You're in a human fort, surrounded by a large wall. On the other side, you can see an army. Like from here, you could attack the army from here. When they'd have to get through 2 walls to get to you.
We're gonna disguise Lloes as just a dwarf.
When he pops out, he just looks like a dwarf.
A dwarf, yep.
Is he a ghost of a dwarf?
No, just a dwarf. It'll be like a dwarf walk through going through the walls. Yeah, like just a dwarf's axeman or something like that.
The Jugger dwarf.
Yep. and Duggan will be a little imp that sits on Capra's shoulders, just to confuse people. What does Dassod look like?
Looks like that.
Ah, okay.
He's got a staff, pistol, and a sword.
Chagga looks like an armored dwarf with a big beard and beard rings.
You can't tell what Dassod is. Like, is he a caster or a soldier?
Oh,
He's got all the accoutrements of different classes.
Sergeant Hammersmith.
He puts his hand up with the globe.
It's the
yeah.
It's the captain.
Thank you for good seeing you.
Well, yes.
We're here for support.
Do you want to talk to Archibald or no?
I think there's a level of plausible deniability for us to have a look around and get the lay of the dwarf land before knowing what to say to Archibald. Plus, we didn't bring any alcohol, did we?
We've got something. Come on. We can just give him a tasty potion.
Like that mango stuff. Oh wait.
No, I do
What
have
about the mango stuff you got?
I've got a bottle of brandy wine.
I got a dwarf scalp.
Capra?
This from a long time ago. Don't worry about it.
Okay, yeah, he'll pull out a bottle of brandy wine. If you need to assuage the Archibald that the Imperium sends his regards. Sends their regards.
I've been helping him with his kid. Fuck up that he is. Do you need a... Henry is there. Thinks he's a knight. Wants to grow up to be a wayfinder.
What?
I'm earning my due.
Well, that is even more reason for us not to make contact with Archibald yet. I don't want something clinging to our boots. Humans are fucking clingy, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm so clingy. Cling, cling, cling.
You're a dwarf, dumbass.
No, Capra's a human.
Oh, Capra's a human?
Sergeant Hammersmith, could you, I don't know, give us a bit of a tour?
Yeah.
We're heading into the interior, I believe. You're allowed to walk around, right?
Yeah, as long as the right people don't see me.
So what are the politics like?
As long as
How
the wrong
far
people.
can we go without any problems?
First stop will be the checkpoint. All right.
Well,
What are they looking for in the checkpoints?
Well, if you look normal, they're just gonna let you through.
Oh,
These aren't normal times. He's pointing at like the giant army.
do we look normal?
will we pass?
Yeah, it looks like a bunch of yobs from up north. Yeah, it looks about right.
Yes,
Another question. So
My name is
you
Lord.
go ahead.
Go ahead, Sergeant.
No, after you. I insist.
Oh, yes, my name is Lord Diverg of Overlook.
No, not terrible. You're Overlook. You look like you're from Overlook.
I'm Rockord. I'm his guard. Sorry. I'm Rockord. I'm his guard.
You might want to pick to one and stick with it.
Oh, you're more than my guard. You're my guide as well as, a local?
I'm a human.
Yes.
Called, Cappy.
And I'm solid.
Yeah.
Slows is looking around.
Definitely alive.
It's funny.
You might not want to have them two talk too much.
Oh, no, that's right. All three of them, actually.
That'll probably be for the best.
Okay.
I think I'll climb onto your shoulder. Looks like I belong to you better than the human.
I'm the human Cappy.
Besides, I wouldn't want to get hit by one of his fucking arrows.
I've only shot myself a couple of times. It's not
that'd
that
be a
dangerous
shame.
on me.
Please, and he says, hold it together, everyone. Let's go have a look
Okay.
around.
Just only speak if you're spoken to and try to keep it to a minimum. Don't say anything extra.
All right, you make your way through. You make your way out of this this little fortress. There are humans who live here. There are about 800 people who live in this space. Of that, there are troops with rifles. The humans look ill at ease. They don't look like they've been fighting, but there's a lot of like tired-eyed looking men standing guard. Looks like all the
Hey,
guards are running double shift.
Sergeant, look, get a question for you. Where are you getting your food and water? There's people starving here.
No.
Oh, that's good.
Dwarves are. He points out at the grasses and the greens. That's not what dwarves do.
Yeah, well. they're
That's
humans
right.
here.
They just eat the dirt beneath your toes.
He shakes his head and keeps going. Like,
Keep your fucking mouth shut. Turn you into a little flying pig.
okay, there are a bunch of stalls. There's room for many more than are here, but there are some humans doing trade with dwarves all along this passageway.
Do we see any goblins?
At 5 and at the 2 5s, basically, you see some glowing lights. It looks like there's just some, like, Chagga would expect it's like permanent fairy fires or some sort of illusion-y magic that is just maintaining light here. You suspect that this might be for the humans.
Yeah, we're gonna take one of the dull gray ion stones and put it above Capra's head, and keep a light spell going for Capra. Chagga also needs light too, so.
Alright, I'm going to turn off the brain blood poison. I'm going to leave the massive spell list on, because next time we buff it makes it faster. Just leave it there.
At the bottom of the character sheets, I have a list of spells that I usually cast and the daily stuff, and I just paste it at the in the
Give me a
You wanna
charisma check as you get to the top where you find a troop of dwarves. They are armed with muskets and axes.
Yeah, sure. Can I do can I do one of the Saudi things?
We're gonna let Dassod do the talking because he's the guide and he's the
Okay. Yeah,
What
you can just do a diplomacy check.
cool. 36. Wait, actually dwarves? Oh, I thought I had dwarves in here.
So, are you telling them that you're from Overlook, or what are you telling them? Like, what is the where are you from?
Overlook. You're what did you say? You're not a duke. You're lord, and it's guide and guards.
Okay. How do you answer the question of how did you get through the line?
Chagga says, just tell them we were here before the siege.
Hmm.
We've been
Teleport.
visiting. Yeah, no. Tell them we've been here since before the siege.
We've been here before. We've been here before the siege.
Okay. Give me your bluff.
These are new people.
They are new people.
If we tell them, yeah, in the telepathic voice,
50.
if we tell them teleport, they're gonna start to question us more.
Fair enough.
Didn't recognize your face, my lord. They say it somewhat sarcastically or irreverently.
That's fine. The Lord part might be Chagga's just rich enough to call himself Lord, but that's fine. He smiles back at them. Not sure what they're saying because he doesn't speak fucking dwarven.
Okay, they let you through. As you're moving through, you do see that this fist-shaped building is a fully manned fortification. It does have dwarvish gunners with long rifles on the top. Little like arrow slits within the hands, and you can hear the sounds of training or fighting within.
This is the fist outside.
This is that fist that's outside.
Interesting.
It is honking big.
Chagga stops for a moment. Sergeant, who's in charge of the soldiers?
That would be Oriana of the Fist.
She's in charge of all the armed soldiers, or just the ones in there?
She's in charge of the guards here. On the exterior. There's a second force on the interior. Great Hammer daughter, Trimary, is in charge of them.
Does she enjoy not being part of the war? Do you know?
I think she prefers breaking things a little bit. I mean, pent up aggression. The dwarves here do look like they would be ready to fight with the goblins if needed. Like they're not. They don't look trusting of the goblin hordes that are.
Okay, Chagga wants to get just a glimpse of this woman. I don't know if we could go in or if we could.
There's a passageway here that actually leads to the interior of the structure. It's like 4 stories tall. Give me a perception check.
In your mental, could use one of her hairs, Captain.
Okay, Chagga, yeah, you see her. There is a red-headed dwarf that looks very much like very similar to the dwarves that you are in terms of like hair color and style and sort of head shape. She is flanked by 2 very powerful looking what you might think might be monks. She is wearing heavy armor. She has a very large axe. She's yelling at some armored dwarves with wielding dual axes in formations on the inside of this place. these troops look. The dwarf troops are impressive. You think that a dwarf troop would absolutely smash like one of the human Imperial Guard troops without much difficulty. These troops look like very potent warriors.
They don't have guns, though, do they?
The base dwarf troops use muskets.
Okay.
The heavy troops do not have muskets. They do have a cannon that is pushed around with them, though. Like they're pushing around cannons.
Oh, interesting. I didn't quite see that until you pointed it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
You don't think they're as fast as the human troops, but you think getting in there would be bad.
Okay, we'll linger on. Chagga just wanted to see the person so you could make contact later.
Okay.
If she's just like smashing things, she's probably not good to tell secrets to keep lies. So we'll just, if they're at a state of readiness, awesome.
They're at a state of readiness and preparedness. Give me a knowledge nature, if anybody has it.
It's a dog.
It's a dog.
Chagga doesn't have it. Lloes doesn't have it.
Sorry,
Is
boys.
Capra your nature guy?
Capra is our nature guy.
Capra has +5. He's going to roll it. Natural 1.
6.
Dwarves are funny. Dwarves are funny looking. They're so short.
Surge.
Capra doesn't notice anything.
All right,
You have to aim lower.
we're gonna go into the Undercity.
Okay. All right. Well, you enter the Undercity.
Or the
You
interior.
went through
Yeah.
the interior.
Right.
You come in. There is a checkpoint here. The gate that will allow you in. There are dwarvish guards that are admitting you. They don't seem to question you any more than since you were questioned up before. And you are immediately let into what looks like a sort of a poor district or mercantile district. On the northeast side of the Fort Kragg. The ceiling in this place is 150 feet high.
It's a massive cavern.
This massive cavern, yeah. There's when we connect this to that, there's like a set of stairs going down to.
Yeah, like probably with archways and that sort of thing.
It's got the full fantasy roof.
Columns and all that.
Try not to look up, everyone. I think that is a sign of a tourist.
Oh,
we are.
Capra's like,
Yeah.
should I close my mouth, sir?
Yes, you're catching flies.
Oh. I wonder if that works. Yeah, there's these massive archways, and you think that this is providing structural reinforcement to the mountain that they've blasted a face into.
Mm-hmm.
So it's relatively thin on top.
Okay.
So Delveries is that way. If you were, looking for a place to stay, dive bar, that sort of thing. This region.
Mm-hmm.
You want to see the crafters? You want to see the prison?
We could go look at crafters.
Okay. He makes his way south towards Runesmith Alley. This region has merchants and crafters. This is where you buy better goods.
Oh, this place is so fucked. Duggan, not now. We're browsing, we're window shopping.
Prison stuff is on the prison.
Dassod, give me a int check.
Okay. It's not very strong, but 20.
20. You recognize some of these. You remember you bought some scroll from a merchant, and it kind of went a little sideways. You're pretty certain that you found his stall. He's got a few more guards with him, but yeah, it's like this would be his home stomping ground. You recognize. They've got people who do crafting. They've got people who cut gems. They've got people who do magical crafting. People making wands. There are people making firearms.
Got a
You would
shadow walk scroll, you bastard.
Thank you, shadow plane. There are people making firearms.
So there's a thriving market here. Is basically what you're saying.
There's a thriving market here. It's working at a dwarvish pace, as in people. Dwarves tend to prefer well-made goods that will last for a long period of time, more so than disposable Instacrap.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
To the prison.
Yes, sir.
These aren't the dwarves you want to talk to.
As you're passing here, there's two large pillars that looks like a defensive structure in the middle. There is a massive statue that can be seen here in the center of a heroic-looking dwarf, muscular, bearded, well-armored. He appears to be like heroically falling from the sky. He's like in an action pose on the way down, swinging a hammer.
I wonder if any stone there is the stone we're looking for. This is in the telepathic bond.
Couldn't you tell just by touching it?
Yes. Oh, Sergeant. This is out loud.
Yes, sir.
Can one go and visit the statue?
Yeah, some of the dwarves still pray there, sir.
Oh, we would like to pray there later.
Understood, sir. Okay.
Wait, a Captain. Was he an outsider?
The igneous prison is this spire here and a complex of buildings. Let me grab the.
Oh, they don't look like nice guys, Captain.
They look awesome.
Give me 1 second. All right.
I got time for a bio break.
Yes.
Okay.
This is pretty cool. I like that. I like how big and plentiful the city is. It's like, what war? We're not involved. Nope.
Nope. We're
Nope.
rich.
We're not.
Nope.
We're not doing this bullshit.
No.
Okay.
We're not the front line. You're the front line. We're just hanging out in a mountain.
Need some motivation to get involved. I got you. Vaultway. Let me see what's in there. I like the dwarves at the Fort Way. Actually, I like all the dwarves. Guy with the shields and guns, they're pretty cool. Gotta find one of these people who will help us.
Right. This inward-facing fortress is built atop a perfectly cylindrical hole in the floor. A relatively large diameter. It connects through a network of disposal chutes and prison cells. The interesting and not what you would consider typically looking dwarves that run this place are floating around on these stone platforms that appear to be acting something like magic carpets that are moving in and out of the tunnels. You can hear some yelling or typical prisoner sounds from the hole underneath.
Oh, Capra, if I could get a good hope. And
All right.
I think now's the time to cast tongues as well.
All right. How to help? And know what they're saying. Capra will cast a good hope into tongues.
And life bubble lasts for a long time, right?
Hour per level, I think.
Yeah.
Split amongst the. So it's like. It is 2 hours per level, split up amongst. So like, for your group, you could do like.
Yeah,
4 hours.
I think Dee Dee or Phoebe cast a life bubble on us before we left. Sergeant, if we could go and try to gain an audience with the leaders of the Clan Grey, that would be wonderful.
I will make the request, sir.
Lloes, Duggan, feel free to have a look around. Don't take anything.
Okay. After a couple of minutes, Hammersmith returns with 2 of these interesting-looking priests. They are holding these iron rods. They have reinforced hats that are rather tall. They come forward. You wish to speak to the Grey?
Yes, and Chagga bows a little bit. I am Lord Dvarg of Overlook.
And you would like to speak with the Grey?
Chagga blinks. He nods.
This way, sir.
Okay. He'll walk forward with his entourage.
Okay. Hammersmith is falling behind. You are led into a chamber that is close to this big hole in the ground. That would be here. In this chamber, there are 2, a man and a woman that are sitting in chairs that are floating. They appear to be commanding them around the room with their nines, you might think. The man has an ostentatious-looking helm, and the woman has a very potent-looking gemstone embedded in her forehead.
Duggan, I bet you lots you can't get that gem out of her head.
No snatching!
Duggan's off looking with Lloes, so he's not here at this moment. They're off sneaking around, having a look.
It appears we have visitors. This is Rovalinda. Harold gives a nod. I don't recognize your face from Overlook. It is a long and dangerous journey to make it this far.
Oh, but we've been here since the start of the siege, unable to return home, unfortunately, Chagga says. If we were able to... Chagga's gonna try to, like disguise a message so that normal people who are listening... What he's trying to insinuate
Linguistics?
is that
It's the bluff check, yeah.
Chagga is actually a mind mage that would like to treat with you telepathically.
Let's talk about mind stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Try to decide to do that for you? You can just tell them what to say in the mind link.
Sure. Chagga can auto-aid bluffs.
Okay.
These people are news.
It is a bluff check to communicate things this way, and it's a linguistics check on the other side to understand. or sense motive. I think it's sense motive.
Yep.
63.
Okay, how hard are you choosing to make the puzzle?
Hard enough that the guards seem puzzled, but they don't.
Not 63 hard, I'm assuming.
Not 63 hard.
63 hard's a pretty fucking. That's trying to figure out what like we want for dinner level hard.
So
I don't
we're
know.
gonna progressively start putting the comments in to make it difficult to under. And when the four guards have glazed eyes, then we start making it easy.
Okay. You wish to speak within the mind. Harold is looking at you, and you just hear telepathy within your head.
Who's he talking to?
He is talking to the nobleman from.
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
over.
So
Chagga thinks he's no stranger to this telepathy. He doesn't have telepathy himself yet, but he has telepathic bond, which he can cast. He offers, I could cast telepathic bond, unless this is sufficient.
If this is not distasteful for your brethren,
No.
though you have an odd countenance for a dwarf.
No. Just because I am not one.
This is a dangerous place.
Yes. My name is Baron Chagnon Syndicard Dune II, captain of the captain in the Imperial Foreign Legion, and wayfinder.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
I understand that there
There's
are
this mental feeling of like cold and warmth that you think might have been like a mental handshake.
Okay, Chagga will like meet that feeling. I must say I was very intrigued when I heard that the dwarves of the Grey had mind powers. I've never quite met anyone who has understood the ways of my bloodline.
It is a tradition amongst our people.
It is the reason why I came to your clan first.
You honor us.
I am honored. I hope that even if you are not interested in some of my very raw ideas of how to proceed here, that we may build a long and lasting friendship.
May it forever be mutually beneficial.
Yes. Yes. Now, we are, at the core of it, enemies of this Iron Lord Azersi, whose army sits around Fort Krag. The Imperium seems to be, well, quite remiss that the dwarves of Fort Krag are not kicking in the skulls of the goblin army that is here. We're very concerned, and I hope to undo that, well, quite difficult elven knot that we seem to have found ourselves in.
Is there a solution that you suggest?
Well, it is clearly within our power to have the dwarves and the goblins simply to erupt in violence, despite what their commanders want.
During this conversation, Rovalinda is making small chat with your dwarves. Like there's a secondary secondary communication, not making much happen on the other side.
Yeah, Chagga just like nods every once in a while.
Many formalities are happening on the other side.
He fidgets with his gear or whatever.
What is your plan for the Great Hammer.
Before I delve into specifics, I would like to know what your thoughts are on this matter.
The key to the safety lies in either aggression or hiding. We are currently hiding. That will only last so long.
Yes, and it's my understanding the Imperium is quite annoyed that you're hiding currently.
Do you feel the Imperium will win this?
Chagga's just like he's almost surprised at the question, like, of course. Like, there's this reassured, like...
Yep, of course they do. The Imperium doesn't lose. It's the machine. The machine doesn't lose.
If we lose a war... if we lose a battle, we'll win the war. If we lose the war, we'll win the next one. It's not a matter of... It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
You're familiar with the concept of a Pyrrhic victory?
Yes. Maybe I should share with you some of our exploits. Well, I haven't had a chance to add up the kills on our side.
Killed thousands and thousands.
But between the sack of Fanfar, the Forest Road skirmishes, the Forest Road massacre, the train wreck, the Battle of Three Forts at Servius Maximus, the foray into the Swamp of Madness, the attack on Fanfar and the Iron Tower, the attack on Fanfar when the Iron Tower returned, the raid on the crew, the sinking of the INS Juggernaut, my Wayfinder band and I have killed 7,303 of the enemy. That is in but 3 seasons. I am a young man. And many of my Wayfinders are, well, conscripted for at least 10 years. I don't think they have enough goblins.
They are pulling them from many places.
Yes, via the Iron Tower.
What do you know of the Iron Tower?
It's an artifact of Acheron. It has many satellite towers and a central one. The great maze beneath it. Iron Lord Xerxes sits inside. My Wayfinder band and I will not stop until he is dead.
Why do you delve into mind magics?
I was a sorcerer. I was born into it. It is who I am.
What would you have us do?
Restore order here in Fort Krag. For, if I had to understand the situation, Fort Krag has fallen under the order of another, a creature who perverts the very nature of the world around it. The dwarves that have made deal with Iron Lord Xerxes have basically delayed their being squashed, as opposed to the forts were attacked, likely because Fort Krag submitted. I understand that there are other things around us, these great beings, that are also moving around the battlefields on their own lance board. I don't think that the mere movement of these smaller armies is truly what is going on. I do intend to find out what is.
If you let my Rovalinda examine your lineage, I will take this seat that you wish to vacate.
You would...
I presume that is what you want to do.
Yes, without having met the Great Hammer, he's definitely shown himself willing to bow his knee to the enemy. While I am not judge, expediency may force me to be so.
If you can unite those to view him unfavorably, shouldn't be hard.
Done.
We can simply put him someplace safe.
Okay, Chagga will take off his gauntlet, poke himself in the finger with, like, one of his daggers. I'm going to present the dagger hilt first towards the woman.
Okay. She will take the dagger, pull out a cloth. She is wiping the dagger on the cloth. She hands the cloth over to one of the priests.
Dassod, what do you make of these dwarves? Do we see any sign of skullduggery here?
Sense motif.
Okay, give me a sense motive. And a knowledge religion.
Because that hat? Look at that hat. He needs shoulders for that hat. So pimp. We found the guy with the coolest hat in the place, yeah? And we made him leader.
He's the king now. Why?
Because hat.
Hat, dude.
No, all you had to
knows
say
if
was
he's
they're a
like-
bunch of psychic guys. I'm like, oh, come on. Like, Chagga's not going to try to make friends with the psychics.
22 on sense motive. And what else did you want?
Knowledge religion.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. 21.
Chagga can aid on the knowledge religion, too.
Okay.
23.
Oh, and we've got a good hope from Capra.
24. If 25 makes a difference, I can surge.
Okay. So, you suspect that they are followers or worshippers of Ladiger, a name that came up recently. A lawful god of exile, task mastery, artifice, law, protection, earth, evil.
They are lawful evil, aren't they?
They're a lawful evil god of basically prisons, forced servitude, creation, protection, magic.
It's a really.
Aha! Magic. There we go.
Yep.
Magic.
These are going to be the wrong people to have in charge.
They are eager for power. You suspect if you fail, they are not going to fall on any sword for you. If you succeed, they will certainly do their part. You don't expect they'll be taking any major risk.
It's fine. Chagga's not here.
They're genuinely interested in the blood.
Okay. Do you know anything about this ghost Medusa thing? Tentacle creature beneath the earth?
I do. It is a plague on Earth. Something that happens when you dig too deep.
If you are a bit more specific, my band and I can add that to the list of things we need to solve here.
I don't know if it is something you can kill. Elsindia. Elacnida.
El Cindia. Okay.
Unleashed from the vault. That is where her tomb is. It lies in the heart of the mountain.
And she is some sort of spirit.
Turns one to stone and then mimics them. We don't know how to destroy her.
Imprison her.
That was the solution. Someone broke her prison.
Yeah. Lure her there and fix it.
Great slayers such as yourselves might have the power. His internal monologue doesn't seem convinced that this is something within your power.
All right, but it's not something that's like at the top of. It's just something that haunts the city.
This place is cursed and haunted, and it's part of the curse of this place.
Okay. What does he make of the other clans, the Great Hammer and
The Basala?
Yeah.
So
Are these Durgar? Is that why they've got gray skin?
yes, they are.
Cool.
So most of the dwarves in here are at least part Durgar. There's a mixture of like classic dwarf and Durgar that make up the dwarves of the Krag.
Yeah, we might not be making this place very happy, but
It'll be organized.
it'll be organized and things will go back to normal from the Imperium sort of thing. And then he made allies with a bunch of psychic dwarves. Yeah, they're still like Chagga's like, yes, but they magic. They like magic.
You look really grumpy, sir. Shutting up, sir.
Little does he realize Barnabas is making friends with a bunch of
just go away the hell
paladin
down that road.
dwarf kind of people. Yeah,
They might be lawful neutral, or they might be neutral evil. It's somewhere in the they're somewhere on that spectrum though.
Yeah, Chagga comes from a family that's all lawful evil-ish.
It's normal. It's comforting. There's this warming feeling of depression.
Chagga's not lawful evil, but he's like, no, I know. At least
I'm used to this.
I know what I'm going to get.
All right. You haven't met Borum. You haven't met Regent Borum.
No, I assume that he's surrounded by thugs. Well, we know that there's a fire Oni. We've already killed the water Oni and the great. What was it?
Wind?
The wind Oni. Yes. Which might be the fiery dwarf that is pretending and hiding. I assume he's there, and such creatures might be able to see through our disguises, so no, we have not. But if he's so weak
He has been here for some time.
But if he's a ruler that is so weak that has allowed this great city of dwarves to fall under enemy control, then, well, that piece on the board is forfeit.
You're not wrong.
Okay.
He is indeed weak, will and body. His daughter is uppity.
Is she chafing under this yoke?
Yes. Although I believe she believes that any risk to the dwarves is unacceptable. This is not a correct interpretation.
No.
There is no growth without pain.
Chagga nods at that. As much as
He's referring to Thamira Greathammer, who is the head priestess at the Church of Gulthain.
Wow. Well, we are going to be kind of stealing. This is to Dassod. We are going to be kind of stealing Gulthain's artifact, so. We might have had a hard time being friends with them anyways.
Yeah, I'm not worried.
Now, give me your either a bluff check or charisma check to like partition your thoughts, as you've got somebody dinking around in your mind at the same time as you dig around in somebody else's mind.
Yeah. He would just kind of pick up that we're like, yeah, we're probably not friends with these people, but 19.
Surge.
Okay, Dassod, you notice the conversation got a little weird for a second. as in the woman who's been talking the whole time, Rovalinda, has been maintaining communication and asking for different things about your travel and the risks and trade and.
Excuse me, my underlings and I have a telepathic bond going, is basically it. Yes, well, she'll have more things to complain about during change of leadership.
Yes. He yeses and acknowledges the sentence, not yeses and agrees.
Will you make yourselves enemies of the other two clans by assuming leadership, or is there some way to create something more stable, longer lasting? I don't know how you dwarves do it down here. Marriage, political alliance, a gift, a bribe.
All of the above. I believe if Tristiana were to be convinced, a father big-headed, she would agree, I believe.
Tristiana's the...
Tristiana Basala. At the other end of the
okay, alright.
Baln the Wanderer is the one who he...
So you would...
The elder of the family who's kind of...
You would ally yourselves with them?
If they were to agree. They're not... They are potent in magic.
Do you have a son that would marry, or is there...
He nods. It can, a son can be arranged, is how he says it. It's very weird phrasing of sentence.
Chagga dismisses that as magic. Oh, speaking of magic, are you aware of a creature appears as a Nagaji? He'll summon the image of it. This creature is hunting us. She is named Xanathura. She wanders around in Nagaji form, but is indeed a deep Naga. We've killed one of her simulacra.
She has many.
And where might we find these many?
Simulacra, I'm not certain. Many places. She is stuck in her domain.
Which is where?
Acheron.
Oh. Oh, that makes me feel a little bit better that she can't come here. We'll get to her soon, then.
he should be in the citadel.
The Citadel. Oh, the main Iron Citadel? Okay. Oh, she's an end boss encounter. Okay. She's the annoying caster helping Iron Lord. Got it. Okay. Yep.
With dispelling Force Breath.
I noticed a ring of evasion in the treasure pile. I think Los wants that now.
What?
At least until that bullshit's done. he's got a great save, but if he's taking full damage, no.
He's got like 4 hit points. He'll be fine.
Is there some token or something that that would prove that you are willing to join your family with the Salas?
Okay. He reaches out. One of these dwarf priests hands him a rod. He reaches out towards you with this rod. There is a intricate crafted rod that each of these priests appear to be wielding. It looks like it might be one of the control gizmos for their stone platforms and things that hover around this place.
So cool. Okay.
It does have a holy symbol on it, but it's very difficult to see. It does look like it is enchanted to that which is magic as well.
Yep. It has been a pleasure meeting you, Herald of the Grey, and Rovalda. Chagga says this out loud.
It has been a pleasure meeting adventurers from Overlook. From Overlook. Please come back anytime. If you give more forewarning, we could prepare tea.
Oh, I will bring something from my own kitchen in larder for us to eat while we drink such tea.
Okay.
This is out loud.
There's some bows, some nods.
Yep.
Give me your diplomacy check to see how overall they like you. They've agreed to all the things, but how much do they like you?
Do I get any aids from my asshole friends?
I shut it the fuck up, sir.
Yeah, exactly. Capra was really quiet.
The only thing I said might have been negative, so I just took it back immediately, sir.
Dassod can...
I think Dassod was helping.
Yeah.
He was...
Oh, wait.
He was aiding through maintaining conversation with Rovalda as well.
Okay. Any circumstance bonus for...
Yep. +4.
Oh, okay.
Done. You're gonna get a bucket of water.
I'm gonna auto surge on this. 42.
Okay.
Yeah, boy.
That was actually a really low roll.
You're very diplomatic. All right. They don't. It's not like they're immediately calling out thugs or anything. You appear to have a successful conversing and plotting.
Apparently, they really like the plotting.
They like plotting. Yes.
Okay, we will. Well, that went well, Sergeant. We leave politely and.
Okay. All right, we heading to Cragfall, or are we calling it a night? Because it's 1 a.m. and it's going to be Ahmed-centric for the next one.
It's got this.
Yeah.
Waking up jutsu. Too much on Naruto.
All
Hold
right.
on, give me a second. I'm gonna grab my bucket of water.
Okay.
Did Lloes and Duggan find anything?
All right. So Lloes and Duggan were investigating the region, or were they? What were they looking?
They were just searching around the prison area to try to get the lay of the land.
Okay. So there is an entire complex of tunnels underneath this place that are only accessible by flying creatures or creatures on these platforms. Down there are some very sad looking people who have been there for some time. Additionally, you did find some like crafting areas and some stouches for like stuff and gear. Um, they do seem to have a fair amount of wealth and magics, and they seem to have a focus on gemstones. The thing Los noticed is many of the dwarves have headbands or helms that come down really low. They tend to have these gemstones in the middle of their foreheads.
Hmm.
Many of the sculptures in this place have this the third eye carved into the dwarves.
So they're in the telepathic bond, so every once in a while it's like Duggan and Los going, "Oh, that guy looks sad." Like this is distracting Duggan Los. Sort of hamster wheel of conversation going on.
Give me a D6.
1.
Okay. Is it like? How do you roll?
Character.
There is a female GIF, which I don't even think they like in there.
So like a hippo person.
Yes.
Okay.
Very out of place.
That's fucking weird.
As well as some humans, some dwarves, a few half elves, an elf.
Okay, well, Duggan will make a note of it. I'm not even sure what that thing's called. It looks like some sort of hippo lady.
It's the biggest lady I've ever seen.
Female. Let's see if we can find a. Nope. Let's not show
And the
that.
character generator didn't let me down. There's
Oh,
a weird
yeah.
thing in there.
GIF is too close to GIF. So be careful on your searches.
On the searches, and
Right.
then when you're going like, I would like a lady GIF.
You probably have to add Dungeons and Dragons at the end or a Spelljammer. Or something
I
like
just
that.
put D&D at the end of almost
Yep.
everything. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure the prison will be we could find somebody who's competent or that wants to be.
Oh yeah,
freed or something like
this
that,
is
or-
where this is the place where if you if somebody died and you replace
the
a
backup character comes from here. Yeah. We'll tell Mark that his backup character is a female gift monk.
That you can make that work. I bet the stat array for GIF is
Oh,
pretty
for
good.
sure. Yeah.
A strength monk. Barf.
Eat your head like a melon.
Wakes a day, keeps the sleep away. Let's do this.
All right. Lloes and Duggan will come back.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go approach the crag fall to go pray. Pray.
Yeah.
Okay. You're let into this space. There is a
Duggan and Lloes immediately start searching around, like they're just sent off to go spy and get the lay of the land.
okay. Give me a second. Too many sections. Using things I can't search well. Alright. The Cragfall. Okay. There is a statue likeness of a dwarf that is falling from the sky, swinging a massive hammer. It is this place is coated with runes that dictate the story of the people of Fort Kragg. From here, you can see the twisting relationship between the clans that make up the Kragg and the leadership of the Kragg. There is a number of libraries in around here, or logs of knowledge. And there's a very what would be foppish looking dwarf who is wandering around organizing things. The statue itself is...
dude.
Yep. The statue itself is 15 feet across and about 35 feet high.
Okay. First, Chagga will call Lloes over to investigate the statue to see if there's any crevices or internal parts that 5 feet of stone, like that are less than 5 feet in around the statue. So he's basically to disappear into the statue and start combing it for searching it over.
Give me your stealth check with a -20 penalty, because you're not a ghost. You can't suck in your illusionary form doesn't quite follow the same shape as your ghostly form.
Okay.
And you're doing weird things.
Nat 1, 22.
Okay.
This will be interesting.
All right. You do well to keep your face out of there.
Oh, sorry. Lloes will pretend to climb back down.
It's disrespectful, don't you know? Druids these days. Goes back to poking through books.
Damn, he saw me. I don't know why he saw me. How'd he see me?
Your ass was sticking out. What's wrong with you?
Oh, damn illusion.
Your big illusion, your ass was sticking out.
No blame.
Lloes
No blame.
is gonna go around the corner of a building, turn invisible.
Okay. All right. Okay, you inspect the statue. You do find a bunch of like offerings and things in like small compartments around the statue in different places.
Now, Lloes is going to use his Ghost Blade, which is Heart Seeker, to also kind of check the statue over to see if any part of the statue is living. The sword ignores mischance for concealment against living targets, so it like seeks out heartbeats.
Okay.
So he didn't find any compartments that are like an inside. Like
no, there's a bunch, but there are smaller compartments around the outside.
That's fine. He'll point those out to Duggan, and Duggan will make note for later.
Little pockets on the inside where people put things and that sort of thing.
Yep.
Okay. It doesn't radiate life.
Okay.
So the sword isn't attracted to it.
He also has life sense, just in general, which is like blind sense for living creatures, not sight sense, and that is coming from his sorcerer bloodline.
What distance is it?
30 feet.
Cool. That's a thing we should note on the senses section or talk about more frequently.
He just recently got it when he leveled, so
because that's one that hey Duggan, I can see you. No, there you prick.
Yeah, he would know it's square Duggan's in. He wouldn't be able to see him, but
but the fact that you can't see him is how you know it's Duggan. Okay. All right. It's not radiating life.
Okay.
There's no life left here.
He's got one more trick to do.
Okay.
He will cast Echolocation, which gives him blind sight.
Okay.
Just in case one part of the statue over another gives off a noise or feels different. Like, basically, he's probed and looked at all the statue and then had a sword next to almost as much as the statues he could.
So the stone of the statue and its primary base has a different consistency and gravitas to it than the stone that makes up the stuff around it.
So the statue and the base are more important than...
The statue and tier 1 of the base is more important than like tier 2 and tier 3 and where they keep putting all the different histories. And
he'll make note that the inner part of the statue is more important. And then just sort of join the others. Chagga, by this point in time, is just kneeling down and pretending to pray to it, but then will take off his glove and get up and...
Should I be praying to the thing? I don't know, because I'm a human. I'm touristing. Should I be making sketches? What are they supposed to be doing?
You're allowed to look up now, Capra. Marvel. This is a place for marveling. Chagga smiles. He takes off his white glove, and he's going to touch the part that Lloes told him that is more important. He'll touch, like, the knee of the statue, basically. A good meaty part that is on, like, the inner thigh, where maybe... so the inner calf, maybe, where Dassod can take a bite. But he'll just basically touch the statue's leg, and he'll cast... what's it called? I'm looking at Lloes, that's why I can't find it. Object reading.
Okay.
See if we get a ping from this. And first I'll tick off the spell. Second I will... Ew, this horrible dwarf wielded the hammer of anti-magic.
I hate this brick.
Horrible dwarf.
It's the cursed dwarf of curse bringing.
I look forward to stealing his stupid hammer. That's what he said, Chagga. 43, which means I think I learned 15, 25, 33 things.
Okay, and this is mostly...
this is psychometry.
Psychic impressions.
Yeah.
You get this sense of great mourning and sadness. You have a sense of furious and righteous hatred towards that which makes you you. You take it personally. And you get this, like, great love, like this crafter's love, a very morose but soulful creation.
This is of probably the guy who built the statue.
But you think the statue itself absolutely hates, doesn't like you. Doesn't like you.
You just got something in my eye a little bit here.
I do too. I just stop looking up all the time. Things fall from the sky.
Dassod, would you like to do the honors?
Yeah, I kind of want some. Keep him busy.
This spot right here. Capra, Duggan, Sergeant Hammersmith, could you keep that guy over there busy?
Hey, excuse me. Do you speak Imperial Common? I want to learn about the dwarf.
Bluff check. This just in case the guy's looking. Bluff check. Dassod's gonna act like he's going to kiss his feet, and then like.
Why do you say you to the inner thigh?
Inner thigh.
Well, no, like not the thigh, the calf. The calf, basically.
The calf.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's kissing his feet, and
You said thigh. I was like,
well, I don't know how small we can make the flesh to stone, right? Like, like his whole leg turns into flesh and he falls over. Can we not go maximum size? I think you could go smaller with spells, right?
I think you can, or you can knock a piece off and take it away with you, and
Yeah,
then flesh and stone it.
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking of doing.
Okay.
Now can Dassod
I think Fox, it's too big to make it entirely flesh. Oh, it tips over. the flesh leg can't keep the
Thousands of
yeah,
pounds of
Chagga's
fat,
like, oh, maybe the leg's not a good idea.
Well, he's in a falling pose, so the leg is actually like at the top.
Oh, okay.
Or
Alright.
he's in a like an action man pose.
Action man falling pose.
Yeah.
Is it just part of his chest there, underneath his armpit?
Get his lat.
we just need something that can cut stone easily. Adamantine dagger, perhaps?
Do you have an adamantine dagger?
I'm looking for.
Just eat his pinky.
His teeth are not gonna bite stone.
No, turn him into stone now. Or turn him into flesh now. Just the pinky there. See where his hand is? No one will notice.
So, which of the books do I read to learn how to speak Dwarvish? Oh, you don't. Do you know? Do you? He's speaking also slowly, like they're both speaking super slow in Imperial Common. Do you know?
Dassod pulls out an adamantine shuriken.
Okay, there we go.
Sleight of hand.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand. And a craft check. Are you trying to make it obvious that you hacked it up, or are you trying to hide a piece?
Oh,
How much are you taking? You take. Okay, it's easy. The craft check is pretty easy, so you just roll. It's an int-based check. You don't have a tool, but
You wanna sleight of hand, or what would you like?
it's a craft check.
Craft.
You are crafting right now.
Craft disguise costumes. Oh yeah, that's useful.
This would be more craft sculpture or stoneworking.
I don't carry adamantine. It's the slows. Comes wandering over just to look at what you're doing.
I've got a shuriken. It's adamantine.
That'll do.
I'm strong. I'm strong.
So this rune is Arn. It's the first one, right?
You want a 4? Int, huh?
Yes. It looks kind of like giant. Oh, you speak giant? No.
19. I can surge if I need to.
Okay, no, you don't like knock the hand off or do extra. Like you don't do more damage than you're expecting.
Shit.
Okay, you slice off the end of a digit, like a knuckle,
Good.
with your shuriken. Give me just roll like a d20. Okay, the shuriken isn't consumed by this. You're able to do it without like destroying the shuriken.
Yes.
Oh, maybe we should find a private place now for you to.
Let's try this.
Give me 2d.
I hope I don't blow up.
Give me a right now. Well,
Shit, we lost Dassod. It's bound to happen, I guess. Ooh, there's this crown.
okay, so can I take this one with me so that I can study? And he's
Hey, we're good, asshole.
A dwarvish primer is being thrust into Capra's chest.
No.
Oh, thank you.
We're good. We're good to go, Capra.
Anytime you'd like to study, God, Cappy.
Told you I'll teach you how to speak Dwarvish.
The archivist gives like a dirty look, and you're just like, he's now looking around. Now, where did that druid go?
You wanted me to roll something?
No, we're gonna go up into a rope trick.
No, Adam wanted me to roll something.
No, we'll do it afterwards.
Okay.
I was going to make you roll something, but it was a stupid idea, so I decided against it.
We're just gonna find an alley between
Okay.
one of these buildings. We're gonna toss up a rope trick, and then we're gonna climb up the
Okay.
said rope. Los will even use an invisibility to turn the rope invisible.
Okay. Okay. You have a digit off of a massive statue.
Ooh.
It is like a bratwurst sausage for one finger joint.
Bottoms up, Dassod.
Are you gonna make it fleshy first?
Well, yes, that would be. Oh, it's still stone. Are you sure you don't want me to launch it into you? Well, that'll fucking help.
Hey, look! This has pictures and everything.
Oh, yes, we might be able to learn dwarven. I'd like to learn dwarven, I think.
They got lots of words
now,
for
question
hammer.
is whatever is stone to flesh.
It's a standard spell that is 6th level.
Yeah, it's mythic point that baby.
Okay. It turns into a blob of flesh. There's no bone in the middle. It's a weird meaty flesh stick.
You know, the bone gives it a bit of flavor. I mean, it's better without the bone.
How many are you cutting it into pieces? Or are you just gonna fire the whole thing down? Or
Yeah, let's see how many samples we can get out of this thing.
okay.
Well, we're not making a charcuterie board. Why aren't you eating it?
Are you going to just bite hunks off, or are you going to cut it up?
No, I'll cut it up.
Okay.
Get the
Who's
shirt,
cutting
get
it? You're cutting it.
Hey, no, I'll let
Chagga the chef cut it
let
up.
the chef.
All right. Chagga's going to thin slice salami this.
Yup. He's got up spells that are running plus 17. He has to take out a tool to get that high, though.
Okay.
You looking for a roll, or?
Give me a roll.
Roll.
Yeah, this is a weird consistency.
You roll 3d10.
3d10.
16.
You have 16. You have 16 slices of finger.
So this is for what sample? This is what?
Cubes. It's wrong. That's all I can say.
Where'd you get the friggin' rice paper?
He puts the blade away into his bag.
So 16 samples.
You have 16 samples.
Flesh blob. From this is a crack fall.
Gulthain's finger. Gulthain statue's finger.
Yes. Now, could you?
Let's do it.
Bottoms.
Hero point. Hero point, please.
Open wide.
Hero point if you can, sir.
Oh, you. Yes. Here you go. You're heroic now. You're the most heroic.
The DCs are calculated by
character level.
It's character level.
Character level plus 8 from the hero.
No. The DC is it just the character level of the thing you're trying to hit?
So
Or
yeah,
is it
character
DC
level
plus
check
10?
is
character level plus 10.
Is the DC 10 plus the level of the identity.
Okay. Plus a penalty for it not being fully flesh.
Yeah, that. All right, here we go. 33.
Do you want to surge?
Yes, I do. 38.
Attaboy. You got the DC 25, like the DC 35, the 20th level character who was turned into stone and mixed up. You claim a form of power and brilliance.
Oh, this feels dirty. I like it.
Give me 1 second.
All right, that's going to take the form of
Okay.
Professor Edminster. Screw him.
Gulthain.
Oh,
Gulthain requires you take the alignment of lawful good.
done.
Gulthain is a paladin.
Oh,
Gulthain has smite evil once per day at your character level.
That is so awesome. That is so awesome. It's based off charisma, isn't it?
It certainly is based off charisma.
Charisma and
Your
level.
charisma is a deflection bonus against the foe.